To more revelations now from the Auditor General's report on the Caribbean Maritime University CMU. The Auditor General in the 80-page report revealed that the CMU did not obtain approval for over 400 employees on its payroll. That was among the human resource breaches outlined in the report. Though it is expected to be tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, a copy of the report has been obtained by TVJ News. Section 5.36 of the report states that the CMU did not obtain the requisite approval for the 466 employees on its payroll that received an aggregate annual basic salary of approximately $677 million for the 2018-2019 period. The Auditor General's team says it only saw evidence where the Finance Ministry approved traveling allowance in July 2010 for 25 officers. The report states that there was no evidence that the Ministry of Finance gave approval for housing allowance, uniform allowance, lunch subsidy, as well as resource and technology grant to CMU employees. However, signed heads of agreement between the CMU and the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union for the period April 1, 2015 to March 31, 2017 gave approval for the allowances. The AG also found that there was improper reimbursement for participation in a Caribbean conference. The president, according to the report, authorized per diem and airfare of over $18,000 and just over 500,000 Jamaican dollars without the approval of the permanent secretary and the cabinet secretary. The 8-member delegation, headed by the president, attended the Port Management Association of the Caribbean Conference in Florida in June 2019. The length of stay of CMU attendees ranged from 3 to 10 days. But those were not the only breaches relating to employee engagement. According to the report, the CMU president acted unilaterally in the engagement of employees, consultant, and an advisor by not obtaining council's approval in keeping with the CMU Act. So, for example, the president breached CMU's HR policy by directly employing 2 co-directors, each for 1 year at a rate of 1.9 million Jamaican dollars. The AG says there was no evidence found that the process followed allowed for fair competition. The positions were not advertised, and contrary to the university's policy, interviews were only conducted by the president. In addition to the HR breaches, the report also highlighted several procurement breaches amounting to 218 million Jamaican dollars and just under $1 million US. Under the Procurement and Contracts Management section of the report, Pamela Monroe-Ellis notes that CMU was contracted by the Ministry of Education to retrofit and construct buildings at 9 schools. However, the CMU did not submit construction plans to the Municipal Authority for approval, a breach of the Parish Council's Building Act and the contract's requirement. As a result, the AG says the Jamaica Fire Brigade would not have had an input in determining whether the proposed buildings met the required safety standards in accordance with best practices. The report says there was no evidence that the Ministry of Education followed up to certify compliance prior to the commencement of work.